Okay, we're testing things out, seeing if we can do both. Okay. And hello, and welcome to my first podcast. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, yet have constantly wondered, what would I talk about? What would I say? And so recently I had a little bit of an epiphany where I decided that I wanted to kind of hear what's on my mind and where it is. Because I feel like so constantly is my mind wandering and going to so many different places and different times, different realities, different theories and possibilities. I have it all going through my head, and so I want to express it out for you. So yes, I hope you enjoy. If you do like it, find a way to let me know and leave a comment or subscribe, and that'll let me know that you're interested in continuing on this journey with me. So first off, I should introduce myself. My name is E.M.D. I am a writer / poet / artist. I paint. I make social media content. I've recently done a lot of motivational speaking on platforms such like TikTok. I've been kind of weaning away from that and moving more towards back to Instagram. And then also now coming online and doing this and sharing my voice. So yeah, I've self-published 3 poetry books. They're on Amazon. It's This Is the Beginning, This Isn't the End, and This Is the Now. Those are the 3 poetry books I've published so far. And in the second 2 books, I also added on my photography to the poetry, and it's all original. And it really comes from the heart, and I love my work very much and would love to have you read it. Okay, so where is my mind? My mind is on Israel. It's on the world and the cycle we continue to repeat. No matter how much history we go through, no matter how much we learn and we make those mistakes, somehow the world continues to repeat itself. It goes through the same stories. Someone being persecuted, and then there being an uprising after it. Is this the way our society works? Is this the way we're supposed to get the things we want or need? Do we have to fight for it? Does there have to be a war? I wonder what other people are thinking right now in those situations, in those places. How does that mom feel for her child, for her children, living in a world that's being bombed? And there are threats every day. How can you let your child go out into the world when you know anyone out there could hurt them? I would want to hold my child as close as possible. Yet at the same time, I know that we all need time to grow and to learn ourselves. And I'm a big kinesthetic learner. I learn from doing, I learn from seeing and really putting it all together. My brain has to actually do the thing. I can't have someone else do it for me. And then I'll understand I have to do it myself. And so I believe there are a lot of children like this where they have to experience it themselves. They have to go out on their own and learn. That's how we grow. That's how we become adults, is by taking those risks. What is wonderful about when you're young is that normally you have a parental structure that is your foundation and is your support, and it gives you a safe place to grow and to challenge your beliefs and challenge what you think. And that doesn't always happen because oftentimes parents will have their own limiting beliefs and their own fears that they will instill onto their child. So as a parent, what you really need to do is you need to take a step back and work on figuring out what's going on and figure out the plan. And you're supposed to do this with your kid, right? You want to ask them what they're doing. Say your kid is climbing on some rocks. Now this can be very dangerous. They can get really hurt. Yet at the same time, it could also strengthen them. And this might be a talent they have, and they might be a natural. So we have to give that child the opportunity to try, but also be able to protect them and keep them safe. So yeah, you might get a little closer so that you can be ready to help them if they need it, and also talk them through it. Ask them what they're doing, ask them what's their plan, and cheer them on. Let them know they got it, that this is easy, that they're going to be okay. And then if they fall, that's okay. We grab them, we get back up, maybe we wipe off some bruises, or we kiss a boo-boo. We let them know that they're safe, that they're loved, and that it's okay, that they didn't get hurt. Well, they did, but they didn't. The hurt was minimal, and they grew from it. Now, I really don't think as parents we can allow them to completely neglect their challenges. We have to allow them to really test their limits. And that's why doing things like sports, doing things like fitness and wellness, having them take mental health classes, having them take all of these different ways of growing and expanding and giving them a safe space to ask questions. Now, this even stems to kind of what we were talking about earlier with politics. You have to be willing to have those conversations with your kids. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You gotta talk to your kids about what's going on in the world. You have to let them know so that we can do better. You got to give them the opportunity to grow their own mindset, to practice their own moral reasoning, to understand when things are unjust or unright, and teaching them how to speak up for it in a safe environment with you. That is who you are as a parent. You have to give them the space to have opinions, to have their own beliefs, and to allow them to grow those, find reasoning, help them to find research, help them to study what is going on in the world so that they are knowledgeable and they can help us stop what is happening in our world today. The only way to stop this is to acknowledge and accept what has happened and come up with solutions to save our earth. Whether that be the climate, the humans on the planet, the animals on the planet, the children. Everybody needs somebody. And you can start with somebody who's already in your midst. Now, even if you're not a parent, even if you're not an aunt or an uncle, even if you're not one of these main roles, even with your friends, you can have these conversations, and it's crucial because you gotta be real with each other. You gotta talk about the world. And I think giving ourselves safe spaces to talk about and to express our opinions and come together and find unity and find what brings us all together, then we can start to work towards peace. Now, it's not going to happen overnight because we're only one person. But the more and more people we reach with speaking of love and peace, speaking of harmony, speaking of honesty and truth, eventually the world will come to a better place. That was my Bluetooth speaker. I had it on earlier and I was playing some Bluetooth, like some lo-fi music in the background, because it kind of got me in the mood to talk and to share a little bit. So yeah, that I think is all I got for today. If you really enjoyed this, again, please comment or subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!